in medical school.
Right.
They had that experience
It's
where
amazing.
it's so moving and
Very fortunate. Thank you for bringing it.
Placing stories in media, which is the best thing for most writers. We have a friend who's a newcomer writer, and he's getting published a lot. His name is John Junaid. He's Rohingyan, and so I think if you try, you can get published. You can get published in mainstream outlets if you sort of know who to send your stuff to and you write on the right topic. It has to be a hot topic generally. In place of that, if you can't place your stuff in mainstream media, Open Canada, I'm sure you know about this. It's an online publication, and they pay like a stipend. It's not like a big payment, but they're pretty eager for content. So if you have a story, contact them, and they'll sort of massage it or help you massage it so it's the right length and on the right topic. And even though it's not as famous as like the Globe and Mail, it gives you that satisfaction of having an active resume of publications. So try Open Canada. There's a few others like that, but look outside the mainstream media. It's very hard to place a story in the Toronto Star or the Globe or whatever, but there are a number of these kind of online mostly publications, and they're good. I mean, the quality is good, the editing is good, and it gives you that, like I say, that satisfaction of having an active publishing self.
That's really a
Yeah.
good tip, and I think our members, especially the new ones, will consider it.
Yeah.
And our recent member Lydia get published on Globe and Mail, and Margot maybe will share us some ideas how that works.
Well, just building on what Stephen has said, I'd like to know first off, where is John getting his pieces published?
All over the place. Lately, CBC.
He's part of Writers in Exile too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With John.
So we have a project called Humans in Flight, me, John Shams, and a filmmaker.
Oh, okay.
And I have a media page where I list everybody's media, stories about, stories by, and John's list is like enormous. And he's like a self-taught journalist. He's getting published all the time.
Great.
Like last week.
Great.
Last week I think was the Hill Times, which is he's in
Right.
Ottawa now. It's been his resume is active.
Just to add to your point, Stephen, this Humans in Flight is co-founded by all newcomers, writers and photographer. Stephen is our mentor. He's coaching us, but it is a newcomer lead initiative. So we tell the success stories of refugees and newcomers through documentary, like mostly visual content. And we have published a lot, and recently we have received an award from the Senate.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
thank you. So we have been recognized for that, and we were in Ottawa last week receiving that award from the Parliamentary Center. In order to give a boost to our Writers in Exile members who are writing, like who are very active writing, I think, Stephen, we can share their stories on Humans in Flight while they keep writing, right? Because that's exactly what it is founded for. So we can share everybody's piece on Humans in Flight website, and it will reach people. And then once they have that history of publication, then they can start targeting, applying for a grant. Hey, I've published for
Yes.
this. because that's exactly what it worked for me. So when I think I shared it with Margot, and I don't know if I shared it with anybody else. I received an award for 12,000 from Ontario Arts Council for my writing project. Because I attended the I attended the workshop about the grant. It was also part of Writers in Exile. I attended that last year. It was Mary Rykov, I think,
Yes.
with ours.
Yes.
So they ran that workshop. So I learned a little bit about it. And the number one thing top requirement is that you should have a list of publication in order to get a grant.
Yes.
So I already had that. So I also like am self-published author. So I published for many majors or mainstream media. And I applied for that. So that's number one priority, like to have a lot of articles and writings published. If you wanna like apply for grant in the future, or for your writing project, or if you wanna be heard more broadly, I think the first step is to get published, to get some recognition. Because I'm pretty sure that whoever gave me that grant, whoever was like the grant, juries at Ontario Art Council looked at the publication that I had. If you don't have like any profile, it's like less likely for you to get a grant. So that's major thing. And I suggested that previously in our meeting, that if we could publish like on Writers in Exile, we have our own website, but I think it was not accepted by PEN. We should still be under the official umbrella of PEN, but we can like give the newcomer or Writers in Exile member boost. We can publish their articles or writings on the
I don't know how it works, but if PEN has a website and has a publishing arm of it, you could call that like the PEN magazine or something. Somebody, if they can find it on your website and it's under like a well-known brand like PEN, that would be a great outlet and would be a great resume builder. So I don't know if that's a thing already.
Now there is the website is now upgraded. It's under construction. I mean, they want to add Writers in Exile page in the main website. So by then, hopefully our members will contribute or will write something on the website. But this suggestion is very important. So writing for this publication and for using your suggestion is also very important. Thank you bringing this to our attention.
I'd like to make a suggestion.
Yeah.
And that is, if anyone wants to do an opinion piece or a political piece, which is also an opinion piece, there's so much going on in the world right now, your voices are very important. Canadians need to hear your perspective on what is happening in the world. The most important thing that you need is what we call a news hook, like to catch a fish, a hook. So it needs to be something that's going on in the world. For Lydia, you have the 2nd anniversary of the war is next weekend. So this was perfect timing. That's why I wrote right away to the Globe at her story that came out of the Dawn Gilmore's workshop. But you need to think about that, and it can't be all about your story in an opinion piece. It can be a little bit of you and a lot of what other people are going through, what their lives are, what the consequences are, how Canadians should be informed, and what you'd like to see out of Canadian foreign policy.
Perfect. That's a great suggestion, Margot. Thank you so much. Anything you add, Lydia, maybe? Abdurrahman is going to get published his novel recently. So congratulations, Abdurrahman.
Thank you.
So you can say, yeah.
Last time, that's my novel in Arabic arrived in the library, in the bookstore in Scarborough this week. And next month, the writer Kamal Rayahi, he will hosted me to talk about my novel and my writing and my experience in next month in I think 25 next last Saturday in March in Unique bookstore in Scarborough. This point and your get email last week about our book. I have a program I think will be okay, maybe 2 months more or next month if we can, to organize event for reading and signing our new book in Newmarket or in Aurora, in the Newmarket Library or in Aurora Public Library. I have program with them to do something about our book.
The Uncaged Voice.
And reading also with those maybe 4 or 5 from the writers who can do this event. I hope will be okay. And we have also a program to screening our film, journalist, The Cost of Freedom, also maybe next month.
That's great. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know about our recent book, we published our 15 writers anthology, The Uncaged Voice, edited by our senior mentor, Keith Leakey. And maybe he can tell us about how to promote. We have a plan to promote it. Those of you who have a good social media outreach, you can publish about this wonderful anthology. So Keith, you can add something on that. And before that, the Cost of Freedom film, directed by the renowned filmmaker and journalist James Cunningham, was screened everywhere. So we are planning to screen it as the Writers in Exile group because it's our story. We need to have a screening. So I don't know when, but hopefully we'll work on that, Abdurrahman. So Hena might have a good idea to organize a screening somewhere. And Keith, you can add your...
Well, just to say that the Uncaged Voice, I'm sorry because I have a poster of the authors and maybe I'll run home and grab it, and the cover of the book. The book is out. It's doing a slow rise in terms of sales and that sort of thing. So it needs a lot of promotion. We're doing things like in the fall we're doing Word on the Street. We have a table at Word on the Street to promote it. The thing is that it has a long life. It'll, through the summer, if there are events such as Abdul Rahman is suggesting, and then Word on the Street in September, we can boost sales, turn it into a bestseller. It's a great book, and it has had a good response. But we need to have more people do stories about the book, about the anthology, about the individual stories, and some readings. We're looking to set up a few readings in libraries and places like that to promote it. So it does involve, the good thing is usually with a book you have one author, but with this book we have 15 authors and they 16, can all, 16, true. So we can, everyone can contribute to promoting it just a little bit in social media or trying to get a story done on their story or on the book itself with other publications. So we're just trying to encourage that sort of thing going forward with the book. And it's, it's a fine book and a tribute to the 16 authors that contributed. And Cormorant understands it will be it will slowly build. So it's not something that comes and goes in 2 or 3 months. They're looking at promoting it over the next year and leading up to Word on the Street, which is in September.
And I think Marianne Bosford, the former PEN Canada president, wrote a review for what was the
Yes,
publication?
Marion Botsford Fraser. Yeah, there is a review, the Canadian review, coming out in, I'm sorry, I should know this, March, April.
I think it's in April, yeah.
April.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the Canadian Review, which is very important and prestigious. So that will kind of kick off the summer in terms of promoting the book, I believe.
Perfect. Yes, Abdurrahman?
Yeah, something else also about our new book. We have in Mississauga in next April is a second fire Arabic book in Mississauga. Also, I yesterday talked with the owner of the who's organized the Arabic fire book in Mississauga to take a special corner and for free for Bank Canada. You can get a corner and bought our book. Something we can be there from the writers and signing, and if somebody cannot talk about that, we can do something, any program to talk about the book also, like even for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, talk about that. Yesterday I talked with Miss Riham. She's an Egyptian Canadian novelist. She will join us in writer in England in Exile soon, and to be our group, and she will give us free corner and table in Mississauga.
That's a wonderful news. Thank you. Okay, yes, we will communicate about that, and don't forget to join us, all of you.
Yeah, I will.
Send me an email.
Yeah.
Send us an email and
Yeah,
we
I
will
will,
take it
I
from
will.
there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And yes, before John will tell us about the details of the mentorship program that we have, and before that, all of you are cordially invited to our reading in March 24, starting from 2 at 2050 Danforth Avenue on Woodbine and Danforth. All of you, please join us. It's a wonderful reading event. And John, the stage is yours.
Just on Word on the Street. I don't know if everyone knows what it is, but it's a big book fair for writers and the general public to come and see different magazines, different books that are being published. And we're going to have a table there on Saturday and Sunday, September 28th, 29th. So I'm going to be coming to some of you to help me with the booth. We'll need, probably 6 people to do a couple of hours each day. So that'll happen a little closer to the time.
Wonderful. I 100% agree with you. Last year I participated by myself. So it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I forgot to mention that, including the universities and college. That's the best part you can participate, because everyone is participating there as a group. You will look much better than just individual, and you have to pay a lot for the table. So I get the last chance to reserve for a table, and I really look forward to see that PEN Canada will participate in
Perfect.
Word on the Street.
So-
I'll be the first to join.
I
Nice.
hope to do that.
Thank you.
The other thing is we're going to have a publishing workshop on April the 14th, early afternoon, probably around 1 o'clock. I'll send out more information, but Bruce Walsh, who's quite a well-known Canadian publisher, has offered to do a Zoom workshop. So I really encourage people to attend. Basically, it's about how to get your work from manuscript to published. And then what's even more wonderful is Bruce has offered to follow up with some of the writers on a one-on-one. So unfortunately, it all has to be done on Zoom, but I think it'll be really worthwhile for a lot of our members. So that's going to be the 14th of April.
So John, you will send them, communicate them, all of them, to ask your interest. So when the time arrives.
He's in Toronto, is he?
No, he is in Nova Scotia.
Oh, he's in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's why he made it with.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
other side of Quebec.
yeah. Okay. Any point?
Zoom away.
Yeah.
I would just say the good thing about Zoom, I mean, we had Dawn's workshop in person because we thought that was necessary. And I think everyone who was there would agree that it would have been completely different had it been on Zoom. However, the benefit of Zoom is the fact that we can have members in Ottawa, Edmonton, I think Regina, Vancouver, take part, and that's important. We have to be sensitive to their needs as well. So I think in a situation like that, that's really great. And thank you, Joan, for setting that up.
Yeah.
And one
Keith,
last thing, sorry, interrupt you. I think, Don also mentioned he provided the participants of the writing workshop with the name of probably 5 to 6 publications. Like if you want to publish your writing, and there are like literary magazines, you just submit your piece, and there is a lot of writing competition. If you get like to the long list or short list, or even if you will be winning one of those competitions, you will have a good resume. And the chance of getting an agent, or even, directly going for publication is very high. So if anybody like who is part of Writers in Exile and they have a lot of writing, actively writing, if you want, I can send the list of probably more than 15 magazines that are consistently looking for, authentic, both fiction and non-fiction, in all 3 genres, like poetry, fiction, and non-fiction. You just get published. It's in English. You submit your piece. There's like tons of opportunities if you really want to. If you have writing, a lot of good writing, just send it. And apply it. This is like list of 15, at least 15 in Canada. In Canada, they're like consistently throughout the year. They open up their competition. You just pay a fee, and you submit your piece.
Are they paying, or it's just?
Yeah,
publishing?
if you win, like if you want to pitch to those publications, there are competition, and also there are magazines that they won't accept, and they will pay you.
Perfect.
But you have to submit your piece and say, okay, you have to pitch those articles.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a writing.
Yeah.
Please, like.
Send me the list,
would
and
say-
I'll send it out to all the members. And I mean, we encourage, even though it's a small amount, we encourage publications those are paying, because our members needs, they have so many needs. They are not working. Some of them are working an odd job, so they need to be paid for whatever they contribute. Yeah.
Could I jump in on
Yes.
at one point?
Yes.
So more than money, what you need if you want to build a writing career is a publishing history, as we've been talking about. And there are a number of, if you're writing literature, most universities have a literary magazine, like there's Prism at UBC and so on and so forth. Yeah. There's tons of them across Canada and the US. And they probably pay a pittance, like $500. But what they're giving you is, it's very prestigious to be published by them. And if you have plans to publish a book, when the publisher looks at you, they will say, well, you're untested. You don't have a resume, right? Or maybe your resume was in another country. Yeah. But if you have a resume in Canada, if you're writing nonfiction, there's a lot of sort of poli-sci publications run through universities largely. Fiction, also run through universities. There's a book called The Writer's Guide. It's like this thick, and it lists all of them. Mm-hmm. And it lists, you have to write according to their specification. So if they say 2,000 words, they mean 2,000 words, right? So don't just blanket the world with, you have to be really targeted, figure out if they're publishing stuff like you're publishing, and then write a cover letter. It has to be very professional. Formatting is double-spaced, Times New Roman 12 point, halfway down the page. Like it's all very specific, and if you don't do it properly, they're just going to throw it out because they're going to think this is unprofessional. So that my one point is like get to know who's publishing stuff like yours, what their requirements are, and then submit. Even if they don't pay that much, it's very important for your resume. And if you have a book coming, it's very important for your future book prospects. That was my one point. My other point was, in terms of marketing, in-person marketing like book readings is great, and it's great networking and so on. But you're going to reach 10,000 times more people through social media, right? So if you have a book published, go on Goodreads and get everybody you know to write things immediately, because with these websites, they react to activity, and write 20 amazing reviews with 5 stars. That will lift your book on the Goodreads sort of priority list. And same with chapter. If you happen to be like Cormorant would be through Chapters, maybe even Amazon. Same thing, when the book comes out, go crazy. Get everybody you know to write positive reviews, comments, 5 stars, blah, blah, blah. Because the websites react to that activity and will suddenly start serving it up to new eyeballs. And it's like not in place of in-person reading, but it should be in tandem. Yeah.
This is a great suggestion, and thank you, Stefan.
You're welcome.
And hopefully you can send me, I think all of us know Goodreads, and all of you, if you can promise, you can read something on Goodreads about the uncaged voices. Especially we are targeting the uncaged voices. This is our new book, our first book. So we are planning to do the next one. But all of you, let's promise today to write on Goodreads, at least to put a 5 star when we go home. At least to put the 5 star, if not writing a review. Please do that, all of you.
Sure. Who's gonna write the review?
The review. I mean, we can't write a review overnight, but anybody who can read the book. I mean, those of you.
You don't need like a big formal review. It can be 3 sentences. I read this. It meant a lot to me. Post.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that the algorithm will pick it.
An
important book, a must read.
I published my book 2 years ago, and that was I published it by myself, self-published from the printing house. I contacted Pen Canada. Probably prior to that, I told that I asked many times for help. I didn't get help. Even when I published it, there was 0 word from Pen Canada to just 1 star for me. So my book is there. It's on Amazon, Kubu. You can download it for $5. You can read it. But I didn't get 1 star from any member from Pen Canada. That's a fact.
So the uncaged voice, when you finish writing something, the uncaged voice, so consider Chiro is my name. Yes.
And I will write.
Yeah, we will.
On Amazon,
I will
everywhere.
try in PDF reading, translating Arabic and reading in English, and I will write. I will promise you.
You don't need Pen Canada. You need your sister, your niece, your brother. You don't need Pen Canada. Get social media.
But then I am here. I am in Canada, and I don't see my brother in a family day. I see this family.
Okay, we are family now. We will write.
My brother is in Sweden.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Shena, you have something to say.
Yes, I would like to know how can we stay in touch with members and actually be able to reach out to people. You want to have a conversation. I don't know who the members are. So it would be nice to actually have, a contact list of people who are, all members, or a collective, like there's a Slack group for a lot of these different, where all the members are there and you can just reach out to someone if you need them versus going through, who do I reach out to? I need to reach out to Gezi again first, and then to Shams, and then Shams has to introduce me to this person, just having a Slack, group where we can actually reach out to each other, that would be great, because you know, I live in Scarborough. It was very difficult for me to get here this morning. It was cold, and if I had not promised, I would have probably, you know, you too. Yeah, it was very hard. But maybe if I find members in Scarborough, I can actually reach out. Hey, let's have coffee. Let's do something together. And then maybe those of us who have more resources can help out others as well. Where, you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Abdul Rahman told me I need help with, you know, English editing or whatever. If I'm available, of course, I can do that for you or something, you know. But just being able to reach out to members of the group, that would be great.
Whatever questions you have, just shoot an email to me,
What if
and
I
I
don't
will
want
connect
you
you.
to know?
For sure. Yeah. Okay.
I can make a list.
Yes. John is here to serve you, to connect you with mentors, and yeah. And we have a new member from Nigeria, Tunde. So I think you can say something about yourself. You can introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is My name is Tunde Oguntola. I am a journalist from Nigeria. I have worked with leadership for over 10 years, and this is me now in Canada. I've won some awards back to my country, journalistic related. My last big event was the 77th UN General Assembly in the United States. So I'm here, I'm hoping to make new friends, to meet new people, to advance my career.
Welcome to our group. And we have another new member. He is a children book writer, Nasser from Iran, and with his family. So you can introduce yourself to the group.
Thank you. And, my name is Nasser Yousefi from Iran. I am child psychologist and write a story for children. A lot of my story published in Iran and Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and United States. I think some of children grow up with my story in my country. It is a very good feeling. You see
I'm a witness.
You see some,
I'm a witness.
some of children grow up with your story, and they have a memory with you. I am very glad with you. I hope a good member for PEN Canada.
Thank you so much, Nasir. And we have Nazir Ayubi from Afghanistan. He joined us with his family as well.
Thank you. Hello to everyone. My name is Nazir, last name Ayubi. I'm not writer. I was journalist in Afghanistan. For now, no, not journalist. And nice to meet you all the member. And
yeah, thank you so much. Welcome to our group again, officially.
Thank you.
And his son is among us. Hi. And his wife is at the back. Welcome to our group.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just going to school, amazing.
Yeah, you like it in Canada?
Yeah.
You make friends?
Yeah.
Perfect. And Lydia, you can tell us a few things about yourself, and your daughter is here as well.
Yes.
And where is she? Yeah, come.
Reading books.
Yes, and she likes literature as well. Her daughter loves literature.
Yes, we are from Ukraine. We are new one here in Canada, as maybe somebody of you too. So we are looking how to make our way here in Canada, to live, to improve our knowledges, our skills. And yes, it's fantastic that I met Geza first of all, and he invited me, Lydia, come to our reading, and maybe it will be interesting for you. Okay, let's go to that reading. And I was so interested, and I heard a lot of stories from the stage in the jazz bar. And after that I met Margot, and I said, oh, it's so nice that you are here and you made some such interesting meetings for people who can't live in their countries, but they want to tell about their countries, about their suffering of their people, yes. And you have a lot of what to say, but you don't know how to say, for whom you can to say it. And after that, I had invited for Don Gilmore workshop. It was so amazing. I met writers in exile. I read their stories, Rahman, Shams, Chiro, and other people. So it was so interesting to read other text and to feel what can I advise to maybe not improve, but to add something, maybe new emotions, new feelings, new view, yes, in good text. And it was so fantastic to work in that workshop, and I wrote my text. It's a lot of words. And after that, Margot told me, "Oh, Lydia, we can show this article to Globe and Mail. Why not?" Why not? Okay. Of course, it was cut it, but I'm so excited to see my piece in Canadian newspaper, and it's wonderful for me to understand that I can tell something about me, about my country, about my people, to Canadians, to those people who are here, who can understand. Maybe somebody knows about, okay, it's a war in Ukraine, it's my painful, yes, story, but for somebody it's not interesting because he has own problem, own mortgages, own wars in their countries, yes? But to show maybe more about personalities in Ukraine, to tell about civilians who want to survive during the war, and we can live, we want to live, but we want to win in that war. So it's my piece, and now I want more, write more and more and more. You know, it's like I don't see a finish. I'm running.
It's just only the beginning. We are so happy to have you, Lydia, in our group as well. You are very productive in a very short time, and hopefully those of you will contribute, will write more like Lydia. And Ali is also a new member. He didn't meet so many members before. So you can tell us your experience since you arrived in Canada, Ali.
I just want to say thank you to Mary Jo, Juan, Mr. Keith, and Father Jack for this opportunity for us. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And one more thing. Sumrat is here, our member. He is Eritrean, and I think he needs our our voice. Very recently, I will share you something, but Sumrat is here for a long time with us, and we are with you, Sumrat, okay?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
We'll be with you.
We have to do something for you.
Yes.
Okay.
But Mary Jo, I think Mary Jo knows about you, about your recent progress?
Not recently, but she knows general information.
Okay, so we are with you anyway. That's what I want to tell you. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.